Ngayong Biyernes sa DOST Report. Kilalanin natin ang ilan sa mga Filipino experts na kilala bilang mga RD leader. Sila ang namumuno sa pagpapalakas ng research capabilities ng mga higher education institutions at research and development institutes o RDIs sa mga rehiyon sa ilalim ng R&D Leadership Program. Makasama natin sila Dr. Franco D. Tevez, ang RD leader sa Philippine Air Force Air Education Training and Doctrine Command. Si Dr. Eureka Teresa M. Ocampo, ang RD leader ng Tawi-Tawi Regional Agricultural College, at si Dr. Argel A. Bandala, ang RD leader ng Eastern Visayas State University. Alamin yan at iba pang Science for the People projects ng Department of Science and Technology mula mismo kay DOST Secretary Fortunato Boy de la Peña. Pangarutukan natin yan sa DOST Report tuwing Biyernes alas 4 ng hapon sa DOST TV Facebook page at YouTube channel. Magandang agaang Pilipinas. Welcome po sa DOST TV Facebook page at YouTube channel. Ito ang programang una sa mga napapanong balita tungkol sa agam, teknolohiya at inomasyon para sa bayan. Ito ang DOST Report. Ako po inyong kapatid sa Imbaboy, Orin Miranda, at kasama po natin ang kalihim ng kagawaran ng agam at teknolohiya, ang nag-iisang DOST Secretary Fortunato Boy de la Peña. Magandang agam po, Sec Boy.
Magandang araw din sa iyo, Onin, at magandang araw sa ating mga taga-subaybay.
Ngayong araw, mapakinggan ninyo ang mga bagong balita tungkol sa agam at teknolohiya sa bansa mula mismo kay Secretary Boy. At mamaya, ating pag-uusapan ang isang component project ng Science for Change Program, ang R&D Leadership Program. Sa mundong ito, alamin ng latest na balita tungkol sa agam at teknolohiya sa mga rehiyon at sa buong bansa. Alamin natin yan mismo kay Secretary Boy.
At narito ang aking report on DOST accomplishments for this past week. Gaya ng dati ay susundin natin ang pagre-report, mauna ang kalusugan, susunod ang kabuhayan, susunod ang kaayusan at ang kinabukasan. Ang una nating report sa kalusugan ay ang pagkakaroon ng 3D printing technology training workshop doon sa tinatawag na DigiHub Fab Lab Davao. At ito ay isinagawa particular para sa isang area, itong head and neck surgery. So, to promote additive manufacturing in medical application, the DigiHub Fab Lab Davao co-facilitated the Fab Health 2022, focusing on 3D printing for head and neck pre-surgery planning. Fab Health 2022 intends to continue its initiative on training the head and neck surgeons on the transformation of DICOM files to STL files using Slick 3R OCRIX, editing of the 3D models using Mesh Mixer, and 3D file preparation using Cura and hands-on operations of 3D printers. It was conducted using blended online and face-to-face modalities simultaneously in different locations of the Philippines. The training was made successful through the collaborative effort of several partners. These are the Fab Lab Mindanao of MSU IIT in Iligan City. We have also the recently established Fab Labs PH Network. Okay, and then we have the ENT HNS Mini Maker Space of Zamboanga City Medical Center, the Likha Fab Lab of Batangas State University Alangilan Campus, the Fab Lab Bicol of Bicol University, the SSF or Shared Services Facility Fab Lab of Eastern Visayas of the Philippine Science High School, Eastern Visayas Campus, and the DigiHub Fab Lab of Davao of the University of Southeastern Philippines. Various industry partners also supported the training. Actually, the DG Hub PubLab Davao, which is located at the University of Southeastern Philippines College of Technology in Obrero, Davao City, is a collaborative project of the University of Southeastern Philippines, the Department of Trade and Industry, Region 11, and the Department of Science and Technology, Region 11. It aims to provide the tools, training, and resources for creativity and innovation in the academe, micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises, inventor groups, hobbyists, and design professionals. So actually, since the topic is 3D printing for head and neck pre-surgery planning, I decided to include this under kalusugan. The other report is coming from the DOST Industrial Technology Development Institute, or DOST ITDI. And this is regarding their publication of a scientific paper on the potential of native bacterial isolates in the production of pharmaceutically important enzymes. The Environment and Biotechnology Division of the DOST ITDI has published a paper on the screening for production of industrially important enzymes. And this appeared in the internationally peer-reviewed Journal of Pharmaceutical Sciences Asia, published by Mahidol University of Thailand. So here, our researchers from ITDI, led by Dr. Elizabeth Panerio, found out that local isolates of Bacillus spp, which are widely regarded as enzyme factories, were able to produce amylase and protease. Amylase is typically used in food processing, bioremediation, and even in medicine to treat various diseases such as calorie deficiency and digestive tonics. On the other hand, proteases are used in waste management, food and feed processing, agriculture, and the pharmaceutical industry. They are typically incorporated in bandages and gauzes to treat wounds and the treatment of non-communicable and infectious diseases. Since these enzyme-producing isolates were collected from soil, they are also possibly tolerant to changes in environmental factors, suggesting that their enzymes may also be applied in harsh conditions. Further studies are recommended to optimize their production in various conditions. This study shows that our environment holds a wide plethora of bioactive substances that we can explore and eventually develop as technologies and be utilized by our different industries. But here, we are eyeing at pharmaceutically important enzymes. The next report can be under kalusugan, can be under kaayusan, because this is regarding the 6 new policy statements released by the DOST Food and Nutrition Research Institute. So if I may mention the six new policy statements released by DOST FNRI through their official website, these are policy statements concerning the following. 1, breastfeeding and complementary feeding index, measuring the success of infant and young child feeding practices. The second policy statement is on climate shocks, calamities that exact human collateral damage, food and nutrition security being threatened. The third policy statement is called the sound of alarm bells for teenage pregnancy. The fourth policy statement is called Tabang Marawi, malnutrition alleviation and health restoration through an after-war intervention. The fifth policy statement is called FAT, Fad and Trending, Adolescent Obesity. And finally, the sixth policy statement is the situation of older Filipinos in the Philippines. This is a proactive effort of the DOST Food and Nutrition Research Institute to open opportunities for the DOST FNRI completed researches and projects to reach the national and local political stakeholders. Now we will move on to kabuhayan. And the first report under kabuhayan comes from our DOST in Region 5 in the Bicol region. The DOST through the Provincial Science and Technology Center in Albay in collaboration with the Social Action Center of Legazpi City. This is under the Archdiocese, successfully conducted the technology training on citronella oil extraction. And this is for the benefit of the San Bernardo Organic Farmers Association, or SOPA, which has 27 members. The training actually is composed of lectures and practicum, and they discussed the process of citronella oil extraction and an overview of the different essential oils and the corresponding market values. These include lemongrass, ginger, ilang-ilang, citronella, patchouli, pili elemi, and vetiver. So they use the process of hydro steam distillation, and they have equipment for that, which is in the essential oil facility. They also already demonstrated the batch extraction producing pure citronella oil. 2 batches were actually produced. The Provincial Science and Technology Center of Albay also provided lectures on DOST's programs and services for the information and awareness of their partners, particularly with the local government unit also. The next report, still on kabuhayan, is good news. 2 returning overseas Filipino workers, okay? And this is in our Region 12, the Soxargen region. The report is that there are 2 OFWs who went through our I-Forward program. Okay, this is the innovations for our Filipinos working distantly from the Philippines, and who have decided to return home to set up techno-based micro enterprises. So the OFWs that are concerned here were actually forced to return to the Philippines after losing their jobs as hotel workers and assistant chefs in Dubai, at the United Arab Emirates during the height of the pandemic. And so they completed the first phase of our I-Forward Philippines program, and they are ready to implement the techno-based micro enterprise that they have conceptualized and for which they did their business plan. Both of these techno-based enterprises will be in the municipality of Lambayong in the province of Sultan Kudarat. Okay, and the OFWs who want to restart their lives are Miss Nestle G. This creating various types of bread and pastries via science, technology, and innovation is under the company Sweetness, run by a certain Mato. And the second initiative is actually entitled Narcicos Flavor, and this is involved in the processing of halal meat products. And this is to be run by Miss Marisa Lasibal. Next, still on kabuhayan, but this can also be on kaayusan, is the on-site training that was conducted by DOST Northern Samar for a group of workers at the local LGU of San Antonio, Northern Samar. And this is regarding the operation of a machine that can produce styroplastic products that uses styroplastic waste, okay, and use cooking oil as raw material. So this is an on-site training on styroplastic densifier equipment operation and maintenance for the production of styroplastic products. The project was designed to adapt the solid waste management technologies of the DOST Industrial Technology Development Institute, particularly their plastic styrodensification technology. And of course, the training was basically on machine operation and maintenance, but also on the production of products from waste, on the conversion of residual waste to plastic products like road pavers, plant pots, and other products from waste collected within the municipality. And this is also to reduce plastic and styro waste by at least 50%. The next report is also on kabuhayan, and this is just the update, okay? When our Undersecretary Sancho Maborang visited the Eastern Visayas area, and these are actually projects that are under the Samar State University, particularly the establishment of the Eastern Visayas Center for Crustacean Research and Development under our NICER program. And this is headed by Professor Rene Diocton. And the other project is the Technology Business Incubation Program, as well as the Local Alliance of Marine-Based and Food Technology, headed by Ms. Vivian Moya. Okay, so these are under kabuhayan. The next report, still under kabuhayan, is a report coming from DOST Region 6, or the Western Visayas region. And this is the virtual training that they conducted for a company called Waffle Time Incorporated on the technology on rice, mongo, sesame, ready-to-cook blend. And in attendance were participants coming from Waffle Time Incorporated, 7 of them, 2 from the Department of Science and Technology Region 6, and 6 from the DOST Food and Nutrition Research Institute. Our DOST FNRI emphasizes that the rice, mongo, sesame, ready-to-cook blend is one of their efforts to address malnutrition in Filipino children aged 6 months and a day to 35 months. The blend that they have is processed through mixing ground roasted rice, mongo, and sesame, which is rich in minerals, protein, and energy, and it is prepared by simply adding water and cooking to decide consistency. Consumers, okay, or producers can also add fruits or mashed fruits like bananas or boiled vegetables like squash to the blend to enhance the flavor and to add more nutritional value. Now let us move to kaayusan. The first report comes from DOST Region 6 also, or the DOST Western Visayas region. And this is regarding the digitization of reports for emergency response to help our disaster risk reduction management units. Okay, and this is entitled, the project actually is entitled Digitizing Reports on Emergency Operations Centers for Monitoring of Disaster Risk Reduction and Management with support to Bantay Panahon operation, the primary goal of which is to automate generated reports and develop a database that can be used for future reference. Okay, a potential outcome of the project is making use of the Bantay Panahon, which aims to put up hydromet stations in every vulnerable community to aid in the observation of extreme weather conditions in the vicinity. Now we move to kinabukasan. The first report under kinabukasan is a report coming from our DOST Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources, R&D. And this is regarding their projects, an update on the projects that is being implemented by Quirino State University, entitled Development of Clonal Propagation Protocols for Native Forests and Fruit-Bearing Tree Species of Quirino and nearby provinces. This is headed by Forester Edgar Benavice, and the aim is to develop macroclonal propagation protocols for native forest and native fruit-bearing trees using stem cuttings and to assess their early growth performance in the field. Kailangan po natin ito sa ating mga reforestation program. And now we move to the next kinabukasan item, and this is regarding two RD leaders, okay, that have been fielded in Davao City. The first one is fielded at the Philippine Women's College in Davao City, and the engagement of our RD leader is focused on emergency foods research and development. Philippine Women's College aims to have R&D that will tackle the need to develop emergency food for more inclusive and needs-sensitive assistance during calamities and disasters. So these emergency foods that they want to develop are targeted to cater to people with special dietary needs like the diabetics, the hypertensive, and others during relief operations where standard food items are usually provided regardless of the medical condition or needs of the persons receiving them. And the RD leader posted there is Dr. Casiana Blanca Villarino. She is an associate member of the National Research Council of the Philippines Biological Science Division. The other RD leader, actually, who is Dr. Hias Junio, an associate member of the National Research Council of the Philippines Chemical Science Division. The focus of her engagement is with the Davao Medical School Foundation Incorporated, and it is geared towards metabolomics, okay, which is in line with the newly approved needs center in the regions on maternal and child care, okay, and the Davao Medical School Foundation Incorporated needs to be capacitated. And finally, on kinabukasan, this is good news. Our Philippine Science High School Cebu has an invention actually that helps the blind, okay, which received a patent from the WIPO, or the World Intellectual Property Organization. WIPO granted a patent to Bo Matthew Vale and to Dr. Benito Baje from the Philippine Science High School Central Visayas campus for their invention that can help blind people navigate their environmental safety. The invention, called System for Assisting a Visually Impaired User, can aid a blind person move around through its vision assistant module for answering queries, giving instructions, and providing alert messages. The system also includes a real-time scanning module for obstacle detection, for person tracking, and an optimal character recognition. Congratulations to Philippine Science High School, both for the student and the faculty advisor. Ito po ang kabuuan ng aking report sa kalusugan, kabuhayan, kaayusan at kinabukasan for this week. Marami pong salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay.
Maraming salamat po, Sec Boy. Natuhin po ninyong kabuuan ng DOST updates para sa nadaang linggo. May namis ka bang balita? Maaari mo itong balik-balikan. Bisitahin lamang ang dosttv.ph o i-download ang DOST TV app sa inyong Android phone para pwede kang manood ng DOST report anytime, anywhere. Sa aming pong pagbabalik, ating tatalakayin ang isa pang programa sa ilalim ng Science for Change program ng DOST, ang R&D Leadership Program. Ito ay ang pagkuha ng mga eksperto na mamumuno sa pagpapalakas ng mga research capabilities ng mga higher education institutes o HEIs at Research and Development Institutes o RDIs sa mga rehiyon. Abangan niya sa pagbabalik ng DOST Report.
What is up? I'm your co-host, Jego Reyes. Samahan niyo po muli kami sa Season 2 ng Siyensikat upang matunghayan kung paano matutulungan at matutupad ang siyensya, teknolohiya at inobasyon ang mga pangarap ng ating mga wishers. Magsisimula po yan on April 23, Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. only on CNN Philippines.
Kayo nanonood ng DOST Report, ang programang una sa mga napapanong balita tungkol sa agap, teknolohiya at inovasyon para sa bayan. Sa mga nakaraan nating episode ay ating tinalakay ang niche centers in the regions for R&D at collaborative research and development to leverage Philippine Economic Program o CRADLE. Sa pagkakataong ito, isa na namang component ng Science for Change program ang ating pagtutuunan ng pansin. Itong R&D Leadership o RD Lead program.
Tama ka, Onin. Meron tayong mga pamantayang sinusunod sa pagpili natin ng ating mga tinatawag na RD leaders para sila ay maipadala natin sa iba't ibang mga higher educational institutions at research and development institutes sa iba't ibang bahagi ng ating bansa upang matulungan nila ang ating mga scientists, researchers, and academics sa prepare ng kanilang mga research and development programs at sa kanilang mga paghahanda ng mga research and development proposals.
At ngayong araw, 3 RD leaders ang ating mga kasama at mga bahagi ng kanilang karanasan sa ilalim ng programang ito. Makasama natin sila, Dr. Franco D. Teves, ang RD leader sa Philippine Air Force Air Education Training and Doctrine Command o PAF AETDC. Si Dr. Eureka Teresa M. Ocampo, ang RD leader ng Tawi-Tawi Regional Agricultural College o CHAC sa Bunggao, Tawi-Tawi. At si Dr. Argel A. Bandala, ang RD leader ng Eastern Visayas State University. Magandang araw po sa inyo.
Umpisa na natin ang ating talakayan at ang una nating panauhin ay si Dr. Franco Teves. Magandang araw sa iyo, Dr. Teves.
Magandang araw po, Secretary Boy, kay Sir Onin, at sa lahat po ng nanonood ngayon sa DOST Report.
Dr. Teves, una po sa lahat, maaari niyo bang ibahagi sa ating mga nanonood ang inyong pong kasanayan at sa organisasyon o institusyon kayo kabilang o nagtrabaho bago mag-isang RD leader?
Okay. Ako po ay isang microbiologist na nakabase sa Mindanao State University, Iligan Institute of Technology, na may mga 40 taon karanasan sa pagtuturo, pananaliksik, at paggabay sa iba't ibang grupo ng mga mag-aaral at professional sa science and technology research sa iba't ibang rehiyon ng bansa. Naging Director of Research po ako sa loob ng 14 na taon bago po ako ipiniling Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Nakapagsilbi din po ako bilang visiting researcher sa isang universidad sa mainland China sa loob ng 2 taon at 2 taon din pong research fellow sa Universidad de Leon sa Espanya. Kasali po sa aking interes ang pagdidiscover ng mga gamot galing sa halaman bilang program leader sa pinakaunang Tuklas Lunas Development Center sa Pilipinas sa pamamagitan ng napakahalaga at napakalaking suporta ng DOST, Philippine Council for Health Research and Development. Ako din po ay isang Certified Biorist Officer na gumagawa ng mga proyekto sa biosafety at biosecurity.
Ano po ang nakahikayat sa inyo para kayo ay magka-interest o mag-apply na isang RD leader?
Noong nalaman ko po galing sa National Research Council of the Philippines Executive Director, Dr. Marieta Sumagaysay, na naghahanap ang Philippine Air Force Air Education Training and Doctrine Command ng eksperto na makatulong upang mas lalo pang maging matatag ang kanilang research and development sa pamamagitan ng masinsinang pagsasanay at paggabay sa paggawa ng research proposals. Masigasig ko pong isinulong ang aking aplikasyon sa RD Lead program ng DOST. Perpektong pagkakataon din po sa katagalan ng aking pagnanais kung paano makatulong sa ating hukbong sandatahan gamit ang aking kakayahan.
Maaari po ba kayo magbigay ng halimbawa ng R&D project na inyo pong ginawa o ginagawa bilang RD leader sa Philippine Air Force Air Education Training and Doctrine Command?
Maliban sa pagsasanay na aking naibigay sa basic and advanced research at sa biosafety and biosecurity na idinisenyo para sa sandatahang panghipapawid, ay nakapagsulat din po ang mga lumahok sa RD Lead program ng mga 4 na research proposals. Ang isa po nito ang naunang naipasa sa DOST at matagumpay na inidepensa ng project proponent na si Major Rosmar Villarreal ang tungkol sa strengthening the operational readiness of the Armed Forces of the Philippines in combat and disaster response mission. Nagpapatuloy pa rin po akong nakikipag-ugnayan sa Philippine Air Force sa pamamagitan ng pagpamahagi ng mga makabagong sistema sa kritikal na pag-iisip, pagpaplano at paggawa ng mga kritikal na desisyon.
Bilang huling katanungan, Dr. Tebes, ano sa tingin niyo ang naitutulong nitong aming DOST RD Leader Program para sa ikauunlad ng research and development sa ating bansa?
Napakalaking kontribusyon po ang naibigay ng RD Leader Program sa pag-unlad ng R&D sa ating bansa. Bawat isang RD leader ay nagtuturo base sa mga karanasang nasubukan ng matagumpay. Kaya mas masigasig ang tugon ng mga nagnanais na maging ihasa sa research and development at mas matatag ang pundasyong naging bunga ng RD Lead Program. Tamang solusyon sa mga kritikal na suliranin ng ating bansa sa pamamagitan ng research and development. Sa aking palagay, ay ang siyang pinakamahalagang kontribusyon ng RD Lead Program ng DOST.
Muli po, maraming salamat, Dr. Franco Teves.
Onin, ang susunod nating makakapanayam ay ang RD Leader na nakatalaga sa Tawi-Tawi Regional Agricultural College in Bonggao, Tawi-Tawi. Magandang araw sa iyo, Dr. Eureka Teresa Ocampo.
Magandang araw din po, Secretary de la Peña, gayon din po kay Sir Onin, at saka kay Dr. Teves at kay Dr. Bandala na kasama kong RD Leader dito ngayon.
Dr. Ocampo, umpisahan po natin sa inyong pagbabahagi ng inyong pong expertise o kasanayan. Maaari nyo bang ibahagi din kung saan pong organisasyon o institusyon kayo kabilang o nagtrabaho bago maging isang RD Leader?
Okay, ako po ay galing sa University of the Philippines in Los Baños. Professor ako doon sa Institute of Crop Science. Isa ako sa pioneer na faculty members ng Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Biotechnology. Ito lang po yung school na nag-o-offer ng BS Agricultural Biotechnology. But before ako naging faculty member, ako ay matagal na naging researcher at the Institute of Plant Breeding. So involved ako doon sa paggawa ng snap hydroponic systems at saka yung sa snap nutrients, which is one of the urban agricultural systems that is being popularized. And yung mga research ko po is on stress physiology and in support ng breeding. So I work with mango, mung bean, corn, eggplant, other vegetables. We started with conventional methods and now we are into molecular means. No? And currently, ako po ay project leader ng genome sequencing ng 3 Philippine mango species.
Dr. Ocampo, maaari mo bang ibahagi sa ating mga taga-subaybay kung ano ang nakahikayat sa inyo na mag-apply o magka-interest na maging isang RD leader?
Okay, so yun pong pagiging RD leader ko, it was really not intentional in the first place. Nababasa ko na po yung mga advertisement tsaka yung mga publications calling for RD leaders, pero hindi ko siya masyadong pinapansin until one day tinawagan ako ni Dr. Buot, one of my friends, and he asked me if I wanted to be an RD leader, and he told me that the host would be the Tawi-Tawi Regional Agricultural College, which is in most southern Philippines. And tinawagan ako ng RD Lead program through Mr. Marfilita, and then I realized na it will be a challenge kasi yung institute or the host has a lot of research work that is out there pero hindi pa nila talaga nagagawa kasi we have to build the capacity. So it was more of the challenge actually na parang okay, kukunin ko siya. At the time, ang layo pa, but still tinanggap ko yung challenge.
Ano po ang halimbawa ng R&D project na inyong ginagawa bilang R&D leader sa Tawi-Tawi Regional Agricultural College?
So actually, yung track we just started nitong September, no. So pagdating muna doon, gumawa muna kami ng kanilang research map. Tapos nag-identify muna kami ng mga research gaps, yung kung ano yung pwede din nilang gawin. And then nag-training din kami sa paggawa ng mga proposals. And then from that, nakagawa kami ng dalawang proposal na sila ang gumawa. Isa yung sa halal, yung sa kambing, no, sa goat, and then another is yung sa capacity building para sa kanilang mga laboratories. So yung isa we submitted sa BARM, MOST, yung isa naman ay sinabit namin sa PSHERD, so under evaluation yung mga proposals. And then, gumawa din ako ng isang proposal with UPLB as the lead institution, collaborator sila or co-implementor, and it's going to be on yung collaborative germplasm conservation. And nandun na, in-evaluate pa yung aming project proposal. So yun yung mga gusto namin gawin. Maraming pwedeng gawin actually, but we have to start. And we are starting. There are so many proposals, wala pa lang funding lahat.
At gaya ng nauna kong tanong kay Dr. Teves, Dr. Ocampo, gaano kalaki sa tingin mo, Dr. Ocampo, ang naitutulong nitong aming DOST RD Leader Program para sa ikauunlad ng research and development sa ating bansa?
Okay, so malaki ang naitutulong kasi yung awareness, yung kaalaman na merong program na ganyan, and meron kang institution na nangangailangan talaga ng mentorship, no? So bringing the mentor into an institution that needs the mentor is already one thing. And nai-inspire yung mga host institutions na mag-go into research. Like in the case ng track, nung bago akong dumating doon and we had the meetings, ang dami nilang ideas and they are pursuing many of these ideas. Sa ibang funding agency pa nila sinasabi, can do so much. Malaking bagay na yon.
Maraming salamat po, Dr. Eureka Teresa M. Ocampo. Tuloy-tuloy po tayo. Ngayon naman, makasama natin ang RD leader na nasa sa Eastern Visayas State University. Magandang araw po, Dr. Argel A. Bandala.
Magandang araw po, Sir Oni and Sec Boy. Magandang araw po.
Una sa lahat, Dr. Bandala, maaari mo bang i-share sa ating mga taga-subaybay kung ano ang iyong expertise o kasanayan? At pakishare na rin kung saang institusyon kayo galing bago kayo naging isang RD leader.
Magandang araw po muli, Secretary Boy. Ako po si Dr. Argel Bandala. Ako po ay nanunungkulan ngayon bilang Department Chairman ng Electronics and Computer Engineering Department po ng De La Salle University. At ako po ay nagsanay sa larang ng AI po at saka ng robotics. So doon po umiikot ang aking mga research. Ako po ay gumagamit ng AI at ng robotics sa automation ng iba't ibang proseso po sa industriya at saka sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. At nalad na gawaran ng DOST NAST noong 2020 po ng OYS Award, yung Outstanding Sciences Award po. At noong 2017 ako po ay nakakuha po ng third place din sa talent search naman po for young scientists ng DOST NAST. So sa kasalukuyan po, ako po ay may mga proyekto na pinondohan po ng DOST. No? Kabilang po ako dun sa Project Brave.
Dr. Bandala, ano po ang nakapag-guide sa inyo na mag-apply upang maging isang RD leader?
Salamat po sa question, Sir On. Ako po kasi naniniwala ako at naging profession ko na po talaga ang pagtuturo. naniniwala po ako na sa larangan po ng pagtuturo parang sabi nga nila na multiply mo yung sarili mo. So dahil po sa layunin ng DOST na marating yung critical mass ng mga researchers, so naniniwala po ako na hindi kaya ng isang researcher lang ang knowledge sa Pilipinas. So dahil po sa RD Leader na proyekto ng NRCP, naniniwala po ako na pagka naibahagi ko po yung kaunting nalalaman ko ay maaaring dumami po ako, dumami yung RGel na merong kasanayan sa R&D po.
Maaari mo bang i-share din sa ating mga taga-subaybay kung ano ang mga halimbawa ng inyong mga gawain sa Eastern Visayas State University bilang isang RD leader?
Nung napunta po ko sa Eastern Visayas State University or EBSU, naniniwala po ako na yung mga faculty ron, yung mga researcher, at natunghayan ko rin po na sila ay talentado at meron silang kakayanan. Ang kailangan lamang po ay siguro yung gabay, dahil katulad naman po nung mga lahat na nagsisimula sa kahit anong larangan na hindi po natin alam kung paano yung, sabi nga nila, mahirap ay yung first step. So naniniwala po ako na ang talent po ay nasa mga faculty members and researchers ng Eastern Visayas State University. Kailangan lang po siguro nila ng tinatawag nilang jumpstart, paano magsisimula. At nung napunta po ako sa EBSU, nakita ko po yung kanilang drive at ang kanilang willingness na magsimula ng research. Parang kailangan lang natin silang bigyan ng direction kung paano po magsisimula. So nung napunta po ako doon, may mga trainings po kami na ginawa, may mga activities kami na ginawa para ma-experience sila at siguro ma-realize nila na kung gaano ka-importante ang research and development sa ating bansa.
Bilang pangwakas para po sa inyo, gaano kalaki ang itutulong ng RD Lead program para sa pag-unlad ng R&D sa ating bansa?
Meron po tayong tinatawag na critical mass. Ito po yung number ng mga researchers na nagpo-produce ng mga produkto at mga research products sa bansa. At may mga pag-aaral po na nagsabi na merong impact yung mga research sa economic standing ng isang bansa. So naniniwala po ako na ang RD leader ay hindi lang po magbibigay ng karanasan at ng talino sa ating mga nagsisimulang researcher, pero ito rin po ay isang daan upang makatulong at makapag-ambag sa ekonomiya at sa kaunlaran ng bansa. So, ang RD Leader po ay isang napakagandang proyekto at naway marami pa pong mga institusyon na mabiyayaan po na magkaroon ng isang mentor na magtuturo sa kanila ng tamang daan sa R&D po.
Muling maraming pong salamat, Dr. Argel A. Bandala. Sekboy, baka may nais pakipabatid sa ating mga taga-subaybay.
Salamat, Onin. At ang masasabi ko lang bilang aking closing message na sa tingin ko ay mahalaga ang pagkakaroon natin ng isang pool of experts na handang magbahagi ng kanilang kaalaman sa iba't ibang lugar dito sa ating bansa. Alam naman natin na iba't iba rin ang kakayahan ng ating mga research institutions, kabilang ng ating mga higher educational institutions para sa pagsasagawa o pagkakaroon ng R&D programs. At malaki ang naitutulong ng ating RD leaders. Kaya iminamatch natin kung ano ang interest ng ating mga higher educational institutions o kaya ay ating research and development institutions sa iba't ibang bahagi ng ating bansa at imamatch natin na magkaroon ng tutulong sa kanila na isang RD leader na mayroong expertise o kakayahan na makatutulong sa kanilang plano na R&D program.
Salamat po, Sekboy, sa aming pong pagbalik. Sasagutin ni Sekboy at ng ating mga panauhin ang tanong ng bayan sa kakabalik po yan ng DOST Report. Media questions are in. It's time for Itanong Mo kay Sekboy. Para po sa unang katanungan. Nora Gamolo, Jari Pinas Online. What strategies are being implemented in your organization to spin off S&T research and development? Of your strategies, what have been most effective?
Okay. Yung aming university ngayon ay involved in a lot of innovation activities. We also set up yung mga offices na kailangan, no, para sa S&T. Kagaya ng KTTO, no, yung KTTO, yung Knowledge Transfer Office ng aming universidad. Yung mga outputs ng research na for patenting or for registration sa Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, doon dumadaan. Meron din kaming Technology Business Incubator na doon din yung parang nira-ripen yung mga mayroong mga possibility, no, na mga research outputs para maging commercialized, at saka yung iba naman ay maibigay din sa communities. Together with that is our Fab Lab, which is very, very active in serving not only the campus but also the community in many ways, like for example, developing models for for surgeons, which we have been doing in the past few weeks. So we are doing these things together with our R&D activities in the campus.
Grace Claveria Managa, PTB4 Tulay Program. Sa paanong paraan po ninyo mapapalakas ang kakayahan sa agham at teknolohiya ng ating mga kabataan ngayon sa inyong rehiyon?
Isa sa mga paraan is yung mentorship, no? And okay, so bukod sa, let's say, doon sa track, no, as a teacher and as an educator, mai-instill mo yung pagiging science-based or yung pagiging aware ng mga kabataan sa science through the way you teach and also through the way that you conduct yourself. Like ang mga estudyante ko, they really like to hear when meron kami mga kwento na ay ginawa namin yung ganito and we are doing this. So kaiba siya and it inspires them actually. Plus yung support sa kanilang mga projects, like yung kanilang mga thesis, yun, it would inspire them. Organizations, no, like yung Philippine Society for Molecular Biology and Biochemistry, we have outreach programs for high school teachers and then mag-trickle down na yun sa mga estudyantes, high school students.
Adonis Bravo, Publishers Association of the Philippines. Paano maikayat ang isang expert na sumali sa DOST R&D Leadership Program?
Thank you, Sir Adonis, sa question. Naniniwala po ako na sa mga researcher po, natural po sa amin yung magbahagi ng kaalaman. At trabaho po namin yun na i-publish, ipakita sa madla yung mga resulta ng aming pag-aaral. At naniniwala po ako na lahat ng researcher, mga eksperto, ay willing po sila na ibigay at ibahagi ang kanilang nalalaman. Lalo na po yung mga meron talagang eagerness, no, at meron silang drive na magsimula ng research career nila. So naniniwala po ako na kahit sino man po ang siguro tawagin at hikayatin ng DOST at ng NRCP sa RD Lead Program ay tutugon po sa tawag ng DOST na maging mentor ng isang institusyon po.
Salamat po sa inyong pagsagot at salamat din sa ating mga kaibigan sa media na nagpadala ng kanilang katanungan ngayong araw. Sekboy, bago tayo magpaalam, imbitahan po ninyong ating mga manonood na abangan ang Syensikat na magsisimula na muli bukas.
Sa ating mga taga-subaybay, mapapanood po muli ang Syensikat, Pinoy Popular Science para sa lahat. At ito ay mapapanood sa CNN at tuwing Sabado, 8 ng umaga at 4 ng hapon, at tuwing Linggo, 8 ng umaga at 4 ng hapon. Ito po ay magsisimula bukas, Abril 23, 2022. Marami pong salamat.
Kapatid, salamat po ulit sa inyong pagsubaybay. Mas maraming pang balita mula sa mundo ng agam at teknolohiya ang ating pag-usapan. Kaya tutok lamang po tuwing Biyernes alas 4 ng hapon dito sa DOST TV Facebook page at YouTube channel. Palagi rin tumutok sa mga websites at FB pages ng ating mga ahensya ng DOST para sa latest happenings at mga events tungkol sa iba't ibang R&D projects at mga inovasyon. Bisitahin din ang DOST Philippines FB page para hindi mahuli sa mga nakalinya activities ng DOST. Ako po si Orin Miranda. Ito ang mga balita may kinalaman sa agam, teknolohiya at inovasyon. Hatid ang pagbabago para sa maunlad na mundo.
At ako po muli ang inyong lingkod, si Secretary Fortunato de la Peña ng Department of Science and Technology na nagpapasalamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay sa DOST Report.